Hey everyone. So I'm going to be showing you my little meditation setup, as well as going through the first video of the Headspace app, one of the first beginner meditations. So hopefully you can get a little bit of meditation flavor, just my preference for it. This is a heating pad. This is there's a funny story behind this. This is the meditation pad I've had since I was 2020. A blind monk gave it to me in high school. His name was Peter. So it's always been a fond thing for me. I've had it all these years, and I usually try to meditate. I'm trying to get back into meditation more, to be honest. And it's helpful for me at least to sort of do these reviews because then I have to try it out um, and by reviewing Headspace, for example, I'm trying out this video today in part to show you how it sounds and if you like the sound of it, if it's actually helpful advice. I'm going to give you some my thoughts at the end of the meditation, and we'll just kind of go from there. So, um, and how you can find the basics is you just go to explore. If you're looking to meditate, you meditate, and then the basics are right down here. So that's what we're going to be doing today is just listening to the basics. Um, and it's 3 to 10 minutes. So we are just going to be listening here, and then I'll give you my thoughts afterwards about the instruction. In the meantime, you can just look at my body posture. I think a lot of meditation is learning how to sit upright. Um, Easier said than done. I tend to lean to one side, and the video is making me a little bit self conscious, but I'm here to try Headspace. I'm here to document it. I'm here to go through it and then write my thoughts about it. So um, let's just get into it. Hold on. Basics, not self love.
Hi.
My bad.
Over the next 10 sessions, I'm going to show you a really simple way of getting some more headspace. Don't worry if you've never done anything like this before. This is a really straightforward technique, and I'm going to talk you through every step of the way. All you need to do is to sit back, relax, and just allow the body and mind to unwind. So, right now, I'd just like you to take a moment to get comfortable. Doesn't matter whether you're sitting on a chair, on the floor, whatever suits you best. And I'd like you to begin with your eyes open. So, not looking at one particular thing, just taking in the space around you. Nice, soft focus with the eyes. And just keeping the eyes open for a moment. Just taking a couple of big, deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, just noticing how the chest expands as the lungs fill with air, and noticing how the body softens each time you exhale. And just for these first few breaths, doing it loud enough so you can actually hear the breath. And breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with the next out breath, just gently closing the eye and just feeling the weight of the body as it presses down against the chair or against the floor beneath you. And just notice how the weight falls, whether it falls directly through the middle of the body or perhaps a little more to the left or the right. Starting to notice the sensation of the soles of the feet just resting on the floor. And just feeling the weight of the hands and the arms resting on your legs or on your lap. So just bringing the mind into the body. Just starting to become more aware the physical senses. I'm starting to notice any sounds around you. So really tempting to see or to view sounds as an obstacle to inner peace. But we're actually going to use them in this exercise. We're just starting to notice the different sounds around you. And then just bringing the attention back to the body. And just checking in with the body. Notice how it feels. So normally we're so busy doing other things, we're not really aware of how the body feels. So we're going to start at the top of the head and we're just going to gently scan down. Just noticing any areas of tension, discomfort. We're also noticing any areas that feel particularly relaxed, at ease. So just gently scanning down through the body. Not trying to change anything. We're just building up a picture of how the body feels. Don't worry if the mind wanders, just gently bring the attention back to the body as you continue to scan down towards the top. Now, as you scan down through the body, you probably already noticed that as the body breathes, it creates a rising and falling sensation. So, for some people, this is felt in the chest, others in the diaphragm, some people the stomach. Doesn't matter where it is. You can't feel anything at all, just gently placing your hand on your stomach. I'm just finding a rising and falling movement. We're not breathing in any special way. Not trying to change the rhythm of the breath. Again, the mind will probably wander, don't worry if it does. But as soon as you realize it has, just coming back to the breath. And just to help you maintain the focus on the breath, just going to silently count the breaths as they pass. So as you feel that rising sensation, you count 1. Falling sensation 2. And 3 and 4, just up to a count of 10. You get to 10, stopping there and starting again at 1. So just trying that a couple of times on your own. And remember, it's normal for thoughts to arise. It's natural to get lost in that thinking. But as soon as you realize, just gently coming back to the breath again. I'm just enjoying having nothing to do, just watching the natural rhythm of the breath, realizing when the mind's wandered, and then just gently coming back to the breath each time. And then just for a moment now, allow you to let go, even of any focus on the breath. And just for a moment, allowing the mind to do whatever it wants to do. So if the mind's been wanting to think, just allowing the mind to think now. So really nothing to do at all. Just letting the mind be free, just for a few seconds. And then just gently bringing the attention back to the body. You're just starting to become a bit more aware of the physical sensations in the body again. Just coming back to that contact against the chair, the floor, the soles of the feet on the floor, the hands and the arms on the legs. And just starting to notice the space around you again. Any sounds, any sensation. And in your own time, when you're ready, just gently opening the eyes again. Take a moment before you move, have a stretch if you'd like to, and you can then just sit back in the chair. So, how does it feel having taken a few minutes out of the day? Does the body feel any different? Does the mind feel any different? Don't worry if there's still lots of thoughts running around. That's perfectly normal. Remember, this is a skill we're learning. It takes a little bit of time. But before you do jump up, before you get on with things, just take a few moments just to appreciate that feeling, to really acknowledge what it's like to take some time out, to allow the body and the mind to unwind. And I look forward to seeing you back here soon for session two.
All right. Then it looks like there's a reflection. Cool. Oh, it's got a little meditation minutes, a run streak. Okay. So that was the Headspace app. I'll now give you a bit of my thoughts on it. First, I do feel more present. I think that'll happen anytime you sit down and kind of go through those steps. Me having worked in eating disorder treatment centers and other recovery centers, having worked with just a lot of patients over the years going through my own therapy journey, I do feel like for some people that would be a tough meditation. Probably about 30 to 40% of people are going to maybe even feel borderline uncomfortable with it. That's my opinion, but I want to be transparent because I think that that can come up for people, a real difficulty with meditation. Let's not shy away from that. At the same time, whether it's difficult or just naturally you can kind of not be bothered when your mind wanders. Like me, I think in the video I gestured several times and I was like, oh, my mind wandered. I could barely count to my breath. I kept on getting to three and then I'd lose track. But I don't mind going back to three. I don't mind that as much. I know some people really do. And whether or not meditation is making your head spin and making it feel a challenge, I do think there is a takeaway in here where it does feel like when you just sit there, just by doing nothing, there is some good in that. Our ancestors, they didn't have all this crazy TV, all these distractions. And so they did a lot more nothing. And there's something that's within us that just wants to slow down. And so even though meditation can be challenging and frustrating, this slowing down can be there as well. I do notice that in me. The meditation covered a lot of the basics that I learned when I was first meditating. In fact, I remember like the first session sitting on this meditation, this very meditation cushion with Peter, and he was telling me this breathing out technique where you count, and these are the basics of meditation that they just covered in this video. A little body scan, a little counting, coming back. Don't worry about if your mind wanders. That breathing technique is so good because it's so simple. You inhale, exhale two, inhale three, exhale four. You can do it a different way. I actually prefer doing it a little modified where I exhale one, two, and for someone who like me, your mind is always racing. I know even just today, I would just keep on focusing on the counting and I get to four and five. And I did have these moments of stillness where it was like, boom, like, okay, I'm present right now. I hear the birds, I hear the chirping, I'm present, like, boom. Um, and ultimately, I think that's what we want. I know meditation, headspace, there's kind of this like blissed out, like, let me meditate, you know? This wasn't quite like that. The headspace was a little bit more like, you know, um, at least this basic course. Well, the good thing about headspace is they got a lot of sleep, they got a lot of different things. That I think the tone of voice is different when it's sleeping. I will check out the sleeping one in a little bit later. I hope to. But the basics course was a little bit more, here's how to get present. Here's how to get some more presence in your life, in my opinion. It was here's how to be present. It was less on the like, more on the mm, present energy. So I think it covered a lot of the bases in a pretty straightforward way. I think some people might challenge with it. People, if you have any difficulties, if you know from experience that you just whenever you look into your body, that if you have a lot of trauma, if you um, just find yourself having tons of panic attacks, or you would suddenly just freeze and you can't do anything. In cases of trauma, meditation might not be the best, to be honest. For the majority of people, it'll be good. Learning things like this, these basic techniques, having someone talk to you through it is just nice. When you're learning on your own, it can just be really, really tough to sit there. I remember when I first was learning meditation, um, I would cross my legs into the full lotus position. My legs would be numb afterwards. I would lay them out. Now I don't do that at all. I just sit like that, like that. So it's comfortable. Got my heating pad, and I would say these phrases to myself. Moo 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 moo. I was in Zen Buddhism, the other Rinzai Zen Buddhism. Moo 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 type of thing. Anyways, it was a bit extreme, and I felt like even though I read books on meditation, I didn't have YouTube back then when I was first learning and stuff, so I didn't hear it have that tone of voice. The way he talks about it, it's kind of like, okay, like let's scan, it's no big deal. Like let's do this, let's do that. It kind of guides you through some things at a good pace. So for the majority of people, I feel it'll be a good pace kind of to do your breathing for a little bit, switch to the body scan, open your mind. That's going to be a good technique to kind of keep you going through the meditation experience, giving your mind something different to do. But for some people who struggle with spiraling, you know, as soon as they start to get in their body, it'll spiral. Might not be the best. Um, so that's what's coming up for me. Really great for beginners who don't spiral when they feel their breath. Like, here's an easy test. Close your eyes, feel your lungs. Think about that right now. Was that all negative for you, or was there some positive, or was it totally positive? If it was totally positive, you relaxed, you felt a little bit more present, great, easy. If there was a mixture in positive and negative, you didn't like your inner critic, you felt like your mind was doing it, but you also liked slowing down, great. That's fine. We can have a positive and negative, but some people it's going to be entirely negative. So that's you. This isn't for you. That's my 2 cents. Um, I think it's great for people who are interested in learning meditation. The price is ridiculously low. Um, so yeah, I'm going to be going through Headspace and encourage you to uh, find a seat and to follow along. Um, and you know, again, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Have you tried Headspace before? What's your favorite meditation learning resource? And then just continue following along as I continue trying these different mental health services and exploring them and showing you how to use them and what I like about them and what I think they're for, and just kind of talking about meditation in general and just my thoughts on it.